Hey, it's Wafaa. Welcome back to my podcast. And today I am filming my podcast episode from somewhere different, somewhere that is not my house, somewhere where it's been a long time for me since I was here last. But I am filming in a hotel room. I am enjoying a little staycation, and I was just reflecting on what it is about hotel rooms that make you feel just different, make you feel excited, make you feel alive, and just feel like you're someone else. And while I was reflecting on that, I was like, why not share it with the podcast? So this is what I'm doing. I thought to myself that I just needed some downtime. I needed some me time, somewhere to just kind of detach, think about life differently, enjoy new experiences, see new people, see new faces, new sights. So I was like, I'm going to enjoy a staycation. So that is why I am here today. And as I spent my day here, I realized something that I don't usually do, which is I'm romanticizing my life right now. And I thought, oh, what it is about just being somewhere different, somewhere that's not your house, that makes you romanticize your life. And I think it is just the idea that you are doing something different. You are in a place that is different that you've never been in before. So you're experiencing a different part of yourself that you might not necessarily experience in your daily life. Like you feel like you're just getting like that rush, that like feeling good in the moment, that like life is good, life is positive, life is like energizing, life is exciting. You get that part when you're just in a place where you didn't experience yourself in before, which is a good thing. It's a really good thing that you're doing is you're removing yourself from an environment that just is feeling a bit like dull and like demotivating, and you're putting yourself in somewhere new where you're feeling energized and happy and somehow supported by your own self. So yeah, I'm being in a hotel room. There's just something about it that makes you romanticize your life, like getting ready, doing my makeup, doing my hair, wearing a dress, and just like listening to music and like going to bed and like doing your skincare routine. And I don't know, such basic things that you do every day. They just hit different when you're in a hotel room. But I thought to myself, and when before I came to the hotel, I had some expectations that I'm just gonna also like be a totally new person. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna not need to push myself to do things because I'm already gonna have the energy to do that. I'm not gonna overthink because I am gonna be so busy and just having so much activities to do that I'm not gonna need to overthink about my life. And and you just have these expectations that you're gonna be someone different. You're gonna be someone also like just totally like unlike you. And while I was experiencing my day to day, I realized that that is also not true. Yes, I did have moments, a lot of moments where I felt like I'm being exposed to new parts of myself that I did not know exist, and that's great because I'm experiencing new environments and new situations. But I also like the old like the usual Wafat was also still there, like the overthinker Wafat was still there, the one that needs to push herself a bit more to just take that extra step to have more fun in the moment is still there. Like I was like in one moment I was like maybe I should put some music on, but then I didn't end up putting music on. I was like, I'm too lazy to do that, or like what is the music gonna do right now? They're not gonna make me feel a bit better. But and then I pushed myself a bit more, and I did play the music eventually. So it's that those moments where I thought I didn't need to push myself to just make that extra step to kind of put in the effort and enjoy the moment a bit better and elevate the moment. I thought that I would just do them spontaneously, but that is not the case. I think as a person, that's kind of one conclusion, is that I always need to be pushing myself to place fun in my moments. Or otherwise, whether you're in your regular house or you're in a hotel room or in a country totally different, you're still gonna feel the same. So yeah, something about it where I just realized that I would need to always push myself a bit more. And I realized also that maybe at the start that's going to be hard, but then eventually it's going to be a part of me. It's going to be a habit of me of always wanting to like have fun and take that extra step that I know is going to add so much fun to the moment and so much fun to myself and to the people around me. So that is one thing that I kind of realized in hotels. Another thing is just bringing it back to my romanticizing my life is that um, it felt good, of course, to break the routine, right? Because when you're in your house and you're just working, you're coming back from work, you're having the same meal, you're sitting on the same chair, you're watching the same channel. It just feels very like planned and very like just routined, which is not always a good feeling. And why I love today is because it was just so unlike the routine that I usually have. I did not have my regular nap, for example. I did not have coffee in the evening. I had my main meal as dinner and not lunch. So a lot of things today went unlike my usual routine. Um, and those things felt really good actually to do. But I also realized that it's not really about changing your whole routine. That is what you can do to kind of elevate your day. It's just doing those small moments where it's just a different type of routine every time in smaller moments. So let's say for example like changing the music that you're going to listen to during your workday, or changing your lunch meal, or um, I don't know, forcing yourself to go to a cafe and just sit by yourself after a long workday, trying a new drink, going for a walk in a new place, because I usually always take walks and I just always go to the same place, so maybe I need to change the place. I think smaller moments like that where you just feel like you're changing some aspect of your day that really, really just have bigger benefits than you expect them to have. You also realize, and like just that's one thing that I just realized today when I was swimming, and I was just like floating and I was just staring at the sunset and I felt very light. And it's been so long since I felt that and it felt great. I felt light, I felt relaxed, I felt meditated, and it's just a great feeling. And I realize also how like easy you can feel that feeling, because really you don't really need access to too much. You just really like, let's take that feeling for example, you really just need a beach, to access to a beach, and if you want to swim in it, like bring a swimsuit, and if you want to float while you're swimming, bring a swimming board. Those are the three things. You could just do that at any point of your day if you're in a weekend, and you can just go and do that, and you'd feel like you don't need to meditate or go to yoga or pay ridiculously for a yoga class or a Pilates class, or I don't know, like a meditation class. You can just go do that, and you'd feel just light. And it's that feeling really, once you feel it, it's like very valuable, where like even if you went an extra mile to feel that, you would feel like it was worth it. And there's just something about nature and experiencing nature, even if in its smallest form. And I'm talking about like staring at a tree that's in your backyard. Just go and do that, and it just brings so much positivity and so much life to you. So I'd really recommend you doing that. That's something that I've been working on. It's just enjoying the scenes of nature, just like a bird, I don't know, on a tree, or a cat like stretching like on the street, stuff like that, where you just like look at them and actually stare at them and actually take it in. It doesn't have to be like a beautiful scenery of like trees and like waterfalls, and you have to actually go and do a staycation or visit another country to experience it. Just try to experience the small things in your day-to-day life that kind of brings you that joy. um so yeah, that, as I just bringing it back, that's what kind of helped me detach and realize the things that are important to me and the things that are not so important, and just how much valuable it is to live your day and live your moment. Another thing that I kind of reflected just while I'm staying here is um, just the feeling of loneliness or feeling lonely. And I'm not here alone, by the way. I'm here with family, so um, I'm with them most of the times. But it's just in those times where I'm not with them, and I'm in just home, I'm alone in my hotel room, like right now, that it makes me feel a bit lonely. And I'm trying to differentiate the feeling of alone and lonely. And to be honest, maybe I'm just like a weird person, but there is something joyful about being lonely and feeling alone. I'm referring to that to an extent. I'm not talking about like feeling completely alone. That must be devastating. But I'm talking about these feelings of loneliness where it forces you to sit with yourself, sit with your emotions, sit with your feelings, with your thoughts, and just be in the moment and kind of take care of yourself by yourself because there isn't anyone else to take care of you in that moment. Take care of your thoughts, of your mind, of your heart. Um, so these moments are kind of really where I'm reflecting the most and kind of also be aware and feeling aware of the thoughts that are crossing my mind and knowing what are the valuable ones and what are the ones that I need to let go. I think that's very important. And I think like that kind of brings me to yes, you're your own worst critic. I think everyone is their own worst critics, but you're also the one who really can take care of yourself and be mindful of the things that you're going through and the things that you're thinking of, and your that's where your responsibility sets in. That's where you need to take care of yourself, your ideas, your feelings, your thoughts, how long you're holding on to these thoughts and feelings and why you're doing that. I think that's all comes down to you because no one knows what else you're thinking of except you. Of course everyone needs help and everyone needs to be asking for help when they need to, but also I think everyone has the power and the independence in them to do that also their own, and at least in some way just kind of protect themselves. It's good that I broke this routine, my daily routine. It's good that I'm here, but also there's a lot of smaller steps in my day-to-day basis where I don't need to like pay a huge amount of money and go to a hotel room to make myself feel better. So yeah, sorry, I know this has been all over the place, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you also get the chance to rewind soon if you didn't already. You know, life can be so hectic. I'm not saying that you don't need to do a getaway. You definitely should. It's something that everyone should be doing. But I think also kind of reflecting on that and where you can bring the benefits of a getaway to your day to day life, I think that's what everyone should be doing. So I hope you enjoyed my episode. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.